Welcome to our few minutes together on the Parsha. The Shabbos is Shabbos Shira, so named because in Parshas Beshalach we have the famous Shira that was said at the Yam after the Egyptians were drowned and Klal Yisrael, the Jewish people, went through the Yam Suf. They came out the other side and were saved miraculously by Hashem's divine intervention. There are many psukim in the Shira that could be focused on. I'd like to today just focus on half actually of a pasuk, a very important pasuk, in which in the Shira itself, in pasuk Yud Zayin, in Perik Tezvav, it says, Tivi emo v'sita emo bahar nachloscha. The translation simply of this means, Tivi emo, you will bring him, from the word ba, Tivi emo lahavi, Tiviemo, you will bring him, V'sita emo, and you will plant him, Bahar Nachaloscha, in the mountain of your Nachal, of your Nachala. Nachala simply means inheritance. It has many other meanings as we go to the etymology of the word, as we will soon see. So Tiviemo, V'sita emo, you will bring him, the Jewish people, and you will plant him, the Jewish people, Bahar Nachaloscha, in the mountain of your inheritance. The mountain refers to the land of Israel. The land of Israel itself is mostly a raised plateau. There are, of course, very low points down by the Dead Sea, the lowest point on earth, but the upper portion of the land from the middle of the country all the way up is generally above sea level, and there are quite high mountainous regions, and the land of Eretz Israel is basically known as a har, as it says, Ha-har hatov hazeh v'halavanon, this good mountain, referring to all the land of Israel. So first it says that Hashem will bring the Jewish people, V'sita emo, and plant the Jewish people, Bahar, in the mountain of Nachaloscha. Now the word Nachaloscha actually has a number of meanings because it comes from the word Nachal. Now what is a Nachal? I'm sure many of us are familiar with the terminology of a nachla being a brook. Others might think of a nachal, as being a wadi or a low valley in between two mountains, which it also is a nachal. It's also a nachal is given rise to because of the slope of the valley. And also, nachala means inheritance. Rav Shamshon Earl Hirsch, in his own inimitable style of taking the etymological source of words to explain the meaning, is telling us the following. He says, the word nachal, brook, or valley, and nachala, which is inheritance, when talking about the land of Israel, because it's called a har. So Tiviemo v'sita emo, you will bring him and you will plant him, Bahar Nachaloscha, in the mountain of your inheritance. It means in the mountain of your nachal, because a nachal, either the brook translation or the valley translation, is always something that's going and flowing downward. Things are going downward. They're passing along from one place to the other, just as a brook meanders on its way as it goes down, down, down. And when it comes to the land of Israel, the pasuk is telling us that Hashem is going to bring the Jewish people to the land of Israel, plant him there. And planting implies a permanence. The Jews are going to be permanently planted in the land of Israel. And it's called Mountain of Your Nachala because the Jewish people in relationship to the land of Israel are like a brook that flows down. It constantly is going down and down and down to the next generation. And the land of Israel, in which the Jewish people are planted, are constantly going from one generation to the next. We get it from our parents. Our parents got it from their parents. And we're going to pass it on to the next generation. Our entire connection with Eretz Yisrael is one in which we're nachala. We're a nachal. We're planting it along. And we're taking it when it passes through our stretch of the brook. And then we let it go further and plant it on and let it go brooking along, flowing down to the next generation. And so the land of Israel is called Har Nachaloscha. Hashem is called also the Nachala. As we say in Tehillim Pei Beis, Ki ato sinchal b'chol hagoyim. You, God, are the ultimate traveling along through history where everyone is going to go meandering down the brook and are going to end up with their full faith in you. This Monday is Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat we're planting once again, just as our forefathers planted, and just as the previous generation planted. In each subsequent generation, they planted and they planted on and on and on, so that the land of Israel should flow down to the next generation. That's our connection with the land of Israel. It's Tiviemo, V'sita Emo, Bahar Nachaloscha. We should be zocheh to the day when we all are part of the Nachala, of being in Eretz Yisrael, living in Eretz Yisrael, and passing Eretz Yisrael on to the next generation. Have a wonderful Shabbos and enjoy the special foods of Tu B'Shvat.